to third. Lowell sidearmed and in time to get Kinsler at first base. One pitch and one out.
Yeah, nicely done. First pitch running in on him right here. He tries to get out of the way, makes contact. I thought this was going to be a difficult play, but he did not get out of the box. Easy play at first.
So one down for Michael Young, always near the top and hitting every year. .338 average this season with 7 homers and 21 runs batted in. As he takes ball one from Penny.
Brad Penny looking for his 100th win of his career, which is a big number.
As I mentioned, 1-1 against Texas in his career coming in. A 2.70 earned run average, giving up 4 earned runs in 13 1/3 innings pitched against Texas. And so far in a Red Sox uniform, he's not lost here at home at Fenway Park. He comes in with a 3-0 record. There's a strike, and it's 2-1 to Michael Young.
What stands out over his last 4 starts, we talked about it in the pregame, is the lack of walking people. He has not walked but 2 guys in his last 4 starts. So he's really been, once again, pounding the strike zone.
Fly ball to right field. J.D. Drew's got it lined up. There's 2 down in the first inning. So 2 down, and Hank Blaylock coming up, the Rangers DH. Well, this Rangers team, of course, taking on the Yankees before arriving here at Fenway Park. They're wrapping up this road trip with a 3-game series at Fenway before heading home. Ron Washington's group coming in here with a record of 31-22. They're top the American League West, somewhat of a surprise. As we talked about it many times tonight throughout the pregame, the question is, can they stay there? I think most assume that the Angels would be on top of this division, and still may be before year's end.
At some point, the Angels will make it right. The rotation has been, struggling, guys in and out, being hurt. Once they get that settled in, they're going to be the challenge. The biggest challenge for the Rangers is obviously the Angels of Anaheim. They're missing Josh Hamilton right now. They don't know whether he's going to be out a couple weeks or a couple months. So only time will tell. This is a big loss for them offensively.
Swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. It's 2-1.
The velocity has been there with Penny most of the time. You see that downward movement. When the ball's going down on a downward plane, when it's not flat, his fastball, he's going to have success. To me, he's got to get his breaking ball over. It makes it a lot easier for him. So that's what I'm looking for when I see him begin to start this game.
We were talking about Josh Hamilton, who was placed on the DL on Tuesday, normally smack dab in the middle of the Rangers lineup. An abdominal strain in his stomach has him out at the moment. It was examined and had an MRI in Dallas. Joined the team today. There's ball 4 and a 2-out walk for Hank Blaylock.
Well, we spoke too early about not walking anybody, but you see early on, all fastballs. Hasn't even featured a curveball yet.
So 2 down, Blaylock at first base, and here comes Nelson Cruz. He's got 4 home runs in his last 7 games and 16 home runs on the year. 41 runs batted in, a .295 average. Fouls this one off the home plate umpire, Jeff Kellogg.
See this fastball right here. Somebody's going to get hurt. You see that it's so frightening how these guys, that thing that hangs down, you don't see Veritek with one, but if it comes up underneath your chin, I mean, it is so dangerous. See, he hasn't got that flap. Like, even Veritek doesn't have the flap that goes down, but you see where it just kicked it right straight back.
It is Jeff Kellogg right now there attending to. Ron Culpa is the first base umpire. Tim Timmons at second, and Rob Drake is the umpire at third. Paul Lassard, the Red Sox trainer, out to check on him.
Kind of shake you up a little bit.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what it does. You need to see that flap that goes down there, that black flap. Sometimes it's almost useless because it starts, flapping in front of you, and it still comes up underneath.
That's what it looked like it did. It looked like it came up and hit him after the baseball made contact with it. So it is 0-1 to Nelson Cruz.
Talk about Nelson Cruz. 9 home runs since May 20th. That's a couple of weeks. This guy's got 9 home runs.
Now the Rangers offense has been working at all cylinders. The pitching has been better this year. That's one of the keys.
You see that number right there. 9 home runs in 2 weeks.
This one fouled off to the right, and it's 1-2.
Cruz sort of waited in the wings last year to get his opportunity to get into this lineup. He didn't have that many at bats last year, but he came on. You knew he was waiting in the wings. Had a bunch of home runs in the minor leagues.
Check on first, and Blaylock back to the bag. It is a misty, damp night here at Fenway Park right now, and on the cool side to begin the night. The breeze blowing in at the moment. If it stays like this, should be able to play through it throughout the night. As Penny misses inside, and count evens at 2-2.
Look at Cruz's numbers, because they just jump out at you. Last year, 37 home runs in the minor leagues, came up to the big leagues, hit 7 more. That's 44 home runs, drove in about 130. That's not too bad a year last year. So this is no accident.
There's David Murphy waiting on deck for the Texas Rangers. 2 outs. Hank Blaylock at first. And time called.
Must be a split finger that he has.
This is for ball 3, full count.
I've watched him a little bit. I didn't realize he had a split finger. His changeup is a split finger. You saw it right there. He just yanked it down and away.
Well, maybe we'll see the breaking ball for the first time tonight. There it is, nice. And it's strike 3. Nelson Cruz is gone. So are the Rangers. Red Sox coming up. Sox coming up here in the bottom of the first inning, and their lineup is brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Dustin Pedroia leading it off at second base with J.D. Drew in right field. Kevin Youkilis at first base. Jason Bay in left of the cleanup spot with Mike Lowell at third. David Ortiz, DH, batting sixth with Jason Varitek doing the catching. Jacoby Ellsbury in center field bats eighth. And Julio Lugo at shortstop bats ninth. Kevin Millwood is on the mound for the Texas Rangers. A 4-4 record coming in with a 3.23 earned run average. The opponent hitting at 247 against Millwood. And last time out against the Oakland A's, a 6-inning effort and no decision, giving up 2 runs. Ready to deal to Dustin Pedroia, who takes strike 1.
The new Kevin Millwood, you see, take a look at him. He looks like somebody had told me he lost 20 pounds, and you could see it right away.
They slimmed down Kevin Millwood.
Well, he had a bad year last year, really. I mean, look at some of the numbers that he put up last year. Just they got knocked around, and this year, you know, I think he dedicated himself to get it back together again. It had a lot to do with Nolan Ryan running this club.
Well, the philosophy for the entire pitching staff has changed under Nolan Ryan. He's trying to get more innings out of his starters, deeper into games, throwing more pitches, and kind of going against what is the conventional thinking now across baseball, really.
Well, he would be the only one that is doing that, if you think about it. You try to change that, your whole organization, not just in the big leagues, because it starts from the bottom. And it's one thing saying, you know, stretch it out a little bit, you know, stay with these pitchers. Up to this point in this season, they've gone 6 or 7 innings quite a few times, but can they last? I don't know if they can. You can't just force a guy to keep pitching. I mean, if he gets lit up early, you got no chance to leave him in a ball game. But early on, Millwood's having a nice year. You see the innings are way up. 78 innings he's got in already. He's went 7 or 8 innings 7 or 8 times out of the 11 starts.
Former Red Sox pitcher Mike Maddox, who is the pitching coach here now for the Rangers, trying to turn some things around down here. You know, you think about Texas over the years, it's been the same story. They get a very good offense and no pitching. This time they got a little bit of pitching, and he's certainly done a great job.
Oh, he really has. I mean, if they do end up pitching well, he turned that Milwaukee Brewer pitching staff around in the few years that he was there. And I think Nolan Ryan, you know, knowing that, brought him over and gave him some money, like a 3-year deal.
Ball 4 to Dustin Pedroia, is down to first base. Let's check out how the Rangers line up defensively. David Murphy in left field, Marlon Byrd in center, Nelson Cruz in right. It's Michael Young at third base with Elvis Andrus, the shortstop, Ian Kinsler at second base. Chris Davis, he is at first with Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching for Kevin Millwood. Their 7th in fielding percentage in the American League. Well, leadoff walk for Pedroia here in the bottom of the first inning. J.D. Drew batting out of the number 2 spot and doing so successfully. 8 homers, 27 runs batted in. Kevin Millwood now 34 years of age. And tonight marks his 12th start of the year. Over 5 road starts this year. He's just 1-3 away from Arlington. The 1-0 misses, and it's 2-0. So brings Saltalamacchia out.
You know, you go back into Millwood's career, and he did, you know, he broke in with Atlanta with the teams that they had there. He won 17 one year, 18 another year, 18 another year. I mean, he's had several good years with Atlanta before he went to Philly. And then eventually went to Cleveland for 1 year, and then ended up here as a free agent. Took advantage of a great year in Cleveland, leading the league in ERA that 1 year.
He said a no-hitter as a member of the Philadelphia Phillies.
He's had a nice career. You know, you get to 34 years old, you got to start taking care of yourself. You can't, you know, be boiling all over the joint. You know what I mean? You can get away with it when you're younger.
This one has popped up, foul ground, and Michael Young won't get there. You don't want your boiler to get out of control, and it starts to happen at 34.
It does.
Yeah.
34. It starts happening at about 30, and you know, you can get away with it only so long, and you have to rededicate yourself and stay in shape all year round.
You got to wear the uni.
And you got Nolan Ryan telling you how to work out, because he worked out more than anybody. Had the longest career of any pitcher ever. And dominant. You're talking about a guy who punched out 5,000 guys. I get my Nolan Ryan stuff right now, and he was special, to say the least. He's almost a freak, but he worked out so hard. You know, everybody that saw him, he's always on the bike right after he got done pitching 9 innings. He was crazy.
You know, J.D. Drew strikes out for the first out of the inning. They elevate on J.D., and he's out number 1.
See this high fastball J.D. swings at. He can't get there. Goes out of the strike zone. You'll see J.D. go after too many pitches out of the zone upstairs.
One out, and Kevin Euclid is standing in, taken out of the lineup yesterday during the game for precautionary reasons. Euclid could have stayed in yesterday, according to Terry Francona today, but Euclid is in the starting lineup again today. A .362 average to start the day, as he takes ball one outside. Is Nolan Ryan the best you saw in your era, would you say, or no?
Yeah, with that. Well, you know, the best velocity. You know, just clearly dominance. You know, punching guys out. You know, he had a hard time winning. His winning percentage wasn't all that great. He lost a lot of ball games. Played with a lot of 500 ball clubs more than anything. A lot like Bert Blyleven. And he's not in the Hall of Fame. Bert should be. Got over 3,000 punch outs. But when you look at his record, it's like 285 and 265. But Nolan won over 300 games, 7 no-hitters, would go on and on and on. You know, and he was in the big leagues 26 years.
They did not have the speed guns in a lot of the ballparks until just a few years ago. Now they're in everybody's ballpark, but people said that he threw harder than anybody else during that period. And if they did have the gun, he'd be up near 100 around there.
Yes, and nobody was even close. When they said he was throwing, you know, they said he was throwing 100. I don't know, but I think the guns have changed. I really do.
Too high?
I think
everybody's throwing mid to 9.
Yes, there's too many guys throwing 95. And that, you know, and this is not sour grapes over here saying, you know, I used to throw harder than I did.
Back when I played.
Back when I played, you could hardly hit, you know, 95 miles an hour. But you see it regular now. You have to wonder.
Euclid takes ball 4. It's the second walk of the inning, and the Red Sox have 2 on.
This is how they got it done yesterday against Willis. Didn't have to do anything that one inning. What did they get? 4 walks, a hit batsman, and 2 hits. I don't want to jog your memory, but that was yesterday.
I was there, and we were in Detroit.
Yeah. I know you have a hard time remembering stuff, but it was yesterday.
It all blends together. I do remember Dontrell Willis
Remember
yesterday.
a lot of walks, remember?
Yes, it started that way, and then he left. They took him out of the game.
And it was sad.
Yes.
It was very sad to watch.
2 on, 1 away. And Jason Bay pops it up right side, sending Davison to foul ground. It's an infield fly rule, and it's out number 2 of the inning. So a big out for Millwood to get Jason Bay in that spot, with Mike Lowell coming up. Lowell up over 300 at 302 with 8 homers and 36 runs batted in. Rain falling a little bit harder here at Fenway Park. I guess you could have called it a mist before. It's now, I guess, in that light rain area. Hoping that's where it stays as Mike Lowell takes ball 1.
See Millwood's with a little breaking ball right there. I remember his breaking ball being a lot tighter than that, a little harder than that.
Here are the conditions, and that's what's forecasted. It's ball 2, 2-0.
You see that breaking ball again. Nothing's not biting. 85 miles an hour. And he was known for this tight breaking ball. You see it just not as tight as I've seen before. And when it's not that tight, you don't get anybody swinging at that.
Not tantalizing enough.
Not tantalizing enough. They spit on that.
You know, Mike Maddox, of course, the brother of Greg Maddox. You mentioned did such a fantastic job. The Milwaukee Brewers.
How about having a brother like that?
It's not easy when you're a major league pitcher, too.
Is he older than? I'm not sure which one's older.
That's a good question.
It's a good question. I didn't mean to ask you that, but we'll find out.
2-0 pitches in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Let me ask you this. How old is Greg?
I'm guessing.
No, actually, you know what? I know he's not 47.
No. He just retired, so he's got to be 43.
Yep. Mike Maddox is 47, so Mike is older.
Older.
Fly ball to right field for Lowell. Nelson Cruz is there, and he makes the catch. The 2 walks are not costly as the Red Sox strand a pair scoreless after 1. 1-2, 1-2. For the Boston Red Sox and the Red Sox Foundation, helping to raise money for life-saving cancer research. Second inning back at Fenway Park. Red Sox very happy to be home. There's David Murphy. Leads it off here for the Rangers. And takes ball one from Brad Penny. There's David Murphy going from the Red Sox to the Texas Rangers. Parts of 2 years in a Red Sox uniform. And a Red Sox first-round draft choice back in 2003.
What a good year he was having last year, and he broke his leg, I think it was, on a play at the plate, I believe.
Yeah, he had 15 home runs, 74 runs batted in.
Had a shot at Rookie of the Year if he hadn't gotten hurt. You see a good breaking ball right there. Good sign for Penny. He gets his breaking ball over early, puts something in the hitter's mind. He's just got to get it over. Doesn't have to be nasty.
It was technically a sprain, his right knee, but enough to put him on the DL the rest of the year. First came to the big leagues with the Red Sox in 2006 as his September call-up. And part of the Eric Gagne deal. 2-2 is on the ground at Pedroia at second base. There's one out in the second. Premium suites have just been released for next week's game against the New York Yankees. A limited number of pavilion suites for 20 to 25 guests, and some of the smaller all-inclusive premium packages have recently become available for some of June's most sought-after games, including the Braves, Marlins, and even next week's series against the Yankees. For more information, call 617-226-6025 or email premiumsales@redsox.com tonight. One out for Marlon Byrd. Swings away and sends it foul off to the right.
You watch Penny pitch over and over again. I'm getting used to his delivery. It's sort of just rocks back and lets it fly. Not a lot going on. You can see how he can have real good control, command, because he doesn't really. Nothing crazy going on in that windup. After watching Willis yesterday.
Talk about crazy in the windup.
That's why when I see it wind up like this, it's just very nice and smooth. Hit your spots. Don't try to overthrow. He's such a big guy.
You would agree the breaking ball is so important for him based on the fact that he is primarily a fastball pitcher. You got to have something else.
I mean, it's one thing having a good fastball, but if everybody knows it's coming, you got to spot it all night long. It's hard to do, and we've seen him do it, get away with it.
The 1-2 is fouled off, hangs at 1-2. Marlon Byrd over the last 7 games has hit at a .370 clip. His team has been hitting very well. Team he hits against the best is the Red Sox in his career. .377 average against Boston. And he hits at .412 here at Fenway Park. But not this time. Strikes out, becomes the second victim of the night for Brad Penny. 2 down.
You get 2 strikes on somebody, they can't be, selective. You throw a breaking ball, they think you can get it over. Now you throw it for a ball and they swing at it. Another punch out on a breaking ball. Got Nelson Cruz looking at a 3-2 breaking ball in the first inning, so that's a good sign for Penny, the way he's thrown.
2 down here in the top of the second inning. Chris Davis, the batter, is hitting under 200 coming in. The power numbers are good. 198 with 12 home runs and 26 runs batted in.
And 79 strikeouts. That's
wow,
unbelievable. That's like Howard from Philadelphia kind of strikeouts. And he's over 200 pace right now. It's not even the All-Star break.
He's had a tough time on the road. He is 2 for his last 27 in his last 8 road games.
See, he's got some power. You can tell by the 12 home runs, but A lot of swings and misses, a lot of big holes in this swing. You wonder how long that Texas will stay with him. You can't see him go through a 200 strikeout season unless he hits 40 bombs. There's a 2-1 breaking ball right there. Sitting fastball. Breaking ball down and away. This breaking ball is good because it's a ball. You know, he knows that he can just spin it up there, and he's looking fastball.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for Penny, 3 in all. Inning and a half done. No score from Fenway. Back at Fenway, ready for the bottom of the second inning, and the encouragement for David Ortiz continues at Fenway. Just got a large ovation as he was introduced, and they continue to try to get him going. Ortiz takes the strike over the inside corner. David on the trip was 5 for 33 overall at 187. Down on the count, 0-2.
Last game Wednesday night was the last time he played. Hit a ball hard, 1 for 4, but hit the ball hard 3 times. One ball he hit like almost 410 feet to the longest part of the ballpark. Would have been gone here easily if you think about it. 379 about where he hit that ball.
Just off the inside edge, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, that ball's close right there. Nobody's complaining. Amika Pitzone says inside, I guess. Didn't move the glove. He must be sitting up inside. There you go.
Strike 3.
I don't know what he's looking for, but
something else.
Not that. I really can't tell you. How can you back to back? I guess he tricked him throwing 2 fastballs back to back. He followed up the first one with another one that had the plate. But you see those 3 pitches right there, almost 4, and in pretty much the same place, and all gas. So no one's trying to trick David right now.
The key matchup is brought to you by Honda, as Jason Varitek checks in with good numbers against Kevin Millwood. Varitek out after the first pitch and fouls it off.
You know, Ortiz had good numbers against Millwood. He had coming in almost hitting 400 with 3 jacks. And you see Jason hitting over 400 against Millwood. So these guys like what they see from Millwood over the course of their career.
Voracek pops it up. Saltalamacchia throws the mask and puts it away for out number 2. Let's check in with Heidi Watney.
David Ortiz created a stir when he told a reporter the other day that he was thinking of having his eyes checked and that his vision may be part of the problem for his struggles at the plate. Terry Francona said it's much ado about nothing, that Ortiz's eyes were dry Wednesday night in Detroit, so he's having to blink a lot. And he said that Visine probably could have taken care of the problem, but Ortiz will be seen by an optometrist on Monday just to make sure. But Francona said it's not a big deal. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much.
You ever had dry eye?
I get it quite a bit, actually. Yeah.
Okay, then you know.
Because I wear contacts.
Oh, okay.
So it happens every now and again. But
you have to blink all the time?
I do a lot of blinking.
That's what you do.
I'm a heavy blinker.
Yeah, that's what you do. I was wondering why you do that.
You notice, now I'm going to get a complex. You notice that I blink
I
a lot.
thought you were nervous.
Jacoby Ellsbury bats with 2 outs and the base is empty. Now David's had 20/20 vision for a long time, and of course they check that kind of stuff in spring training. So
it's not like he's going to go get a pair of glasses.
No.
This is just a
throwing bloop to left, and it'll drop in for a hit. David Murphy to play it, but into second base with a 2-out double, and the first Red Sox hit of the night, Jacoby Ellsbury. Well, the Offensive Player of the Week is brought to you by your Boston BMW dealers. This week's honor goes to Jacoby Ellsbury. The Sox center fielder hit .409 in his last 6 games and recorded 10 total bases, an on-base percentage of .480. Congratulations to Jacoby Ellsbury, the Boston BMW dealers Offensive Player of the Week.
Boy, you can't get much better than that. Talk about he can't be leading off with those numbers. Talk about the on-base percentage, almost 500.
7 of his last 11 at bats. He's got 12 doubles now with that double. Here's Julio Lugo, who takes strike 1.
You know, Ellsbury's done this a lot, which I like. See a breaking ball that just spins, stays upstairs, and he just slices this ball. Doesn't hit it very hard at all. What a beautiful dunk job right there. Just spins, hits the padding right there and dies. But he's went to left field a lot. Haven't you seen that a lot the past week?
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of balls that he's just, you know, he's going to get some dunk hits that way, but I'd rather have him that than trying to yank. And you see he's had success with just on base. He's doing everything you can ask for, hitting in the slot he's hitting in.
Well, you know, you wonder, I mean, this change was made, the lineup moves, and Terry Francona talking about first and foremost David Ortiz dropping down the lineup, then you move Ellsbury down. Well, the results have been great. I mean, as far as the offense has gone for the Red Sox, scoring some runs, but you have to think, and Terry Francona's even said this from time to time, your best lineup is when that guy is leading off.
There's no doubt about it. So this is not forever, this lineup.
To center field, Bird coming in. He'll dive forward and make the grab that ends the inning. Marlon Bird in center field. 2 innings done, no score from Fenway. Back at Fenway Park, scoreless as we head to the top half of the third inning. Jared Saltalamacchia leading it off here for Texas. His name thrown around quite a bit during this past offseason. Many rumors about perhaps being sought after by many teams, including the Red Sox.
Switch hitting catcher.
2 hops to first. The ball explodes on Youkilis. Pedroia fires with Penny covering, and it's not in time. Penny kind of got wrapped up there at first base with Saltalamacchia. But that one just exploded on Youkilis.
Boy, Youkilis had a tough time lately, but trying to stay away from getting injured. And you see this bad hop almost off his face. Takes it off the shoulder just in time. Kind of throws it over to Pedroia. It's a little too late. See Penny covering right here. Not even close.
It's a base hit, and the first of the night for the Texas Rangers. Saltalamacchia reaches at first base. There is Elvis Andrus. Andrus leading American League rookies with a .277 average. Runner goes. Lowell going to second. They get the out anyway, and then turn the double play. Saltalamacchia was off with the pitch, but Lowell with a good arm gets it there in time, and they complete the twin killing.
What a play by Pedroia right here. Lowell knows the runner's going, and he just forces it in there anyway. Runner going, ball in the dirt. He swings at it, throws it. He's on the run. Pedroia tags the bag in the air, throws to first. I mean, that's a great play because he had a long ways to go to get to second base. Went all the way through and went through and threw in the air. Beautiful play by Pedroia. He continues to make such great plays. You see diving plays, turning two. That seemed impossible right there. The runner going, ball hit hard enough, I guess, to try to shove it to second base. But he was on a dead run when he got to the bag, which makes it a tough play.
I was going to say, give him credit for hanging in there too. You know that guy's coming.
Oh right, he just kept running straight ahead. I don't know how he got anything on that ball. But you know, he's a little late covering, but how could you not be? You got to hold your ground. Sharply hit ball to Lowell. And he's on a dead run when he gets to the bag there.
So 2 down. Ian Kinsler is 0-2 right now as he grounded out his first time up. There's a ball, 1-2. Kinsler with a 5-game hitting streak coming into tonight. Overall kind of quiet though, last 15 games hitting at 197. It's up top for ball 2, 2-2.
He's a streaky guy. You don't know, he hasn't been around all that long, but what a great year he had last year. Just Pedroia had a better one at second base. Last year at the All-Star game, Pedroia beat him out. This year he's leading. That could change daily.
It's a fly ball down the right field line that will stay foul. I want to remind you to hurry into Olympia Sports. Spend $75 or more on licensed Major League Baseball merchandise and get a $15 Olympia Sports bonus card. This promotion ends June 23rd. Olympia Sports, get it for less. 2 down, third inning. Base is empty. And a 2-2 to Kinsler. On the ground, a Lugo at shortstop. That's the inning. 2.5 done, no score from Fenway. Back at Fenway Park, Red Sox Nation sending out well wishes to Jerry Remy. Hope that the Rem Dog is back soon as we head along to the bottom of the third inning. And it's the top of the Red Sox order: Dustin Pedroia, J.D. Drew, and Kevin Youkilis to bat in the inning. Red Sox have had base runners in every inning and have left 3 men on through the first 2.
Nice play last inning to end the inning. Lugo hit a ball to center field. Could have dropped in for their first run.
To left field, David Murphy moves over a couple of steps and makes the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the third inning. Well, the catch of the day, D'Angelo's Lobster Nation catch of the day. Find your best catch of the day at D'Angelo. Their famous lobster lineup is back and loaded with 100% real lobster. Try the lobster roll, the baked stuffed lobster, or the lobster sandwich. Come on, you deserve D'Angelo's. Well, that was a pretty good grab, and we'll be looking for them all week here at Fenway Park. And be sure to tune in every Friday night after a homestand and see who has the best catcher to be selected on the postgame show on Friday night.
And that guy has no idea that he's the catch of the day, does he?
He's already lined up. He could be the catch of the week. We'll see. But he's the first candidate.
And he doesn't know that.
He doesn't know.
He's going to be thrilled.
It's an exciting time for him.
He's having a good time already. He'll be really happy.
The 0-2 is up high and outside. It's 1-2. A nice series for J.D. Drew against the Tigers.
Got those 4 out of the 5 walks yesterday.
Soft ground ball to first base. Davis will flip late. Had trouble getting it out of the glove, and Drew will reach. Millwood was there, but the throw was behind him, and a little trouble getting it out of the glove for Davis.
Well, Davis came in casually after this ball like he had no problem. Just going to take it out of his glove and flip it to the pitcher. You see how he just casually comes after this, but no big deal. I got it. Pitcher's covering. Meanwhile, he goes into his glove to get it and can't get it out. Those gloves the web is so big, you reach in there, you may not get a good handle on it, and he didn't. That was a tougher play than you thought. Looks like an easy play. You do that play in spring training. You try to, make sure that the pitcher gets over all the time. But it's an in-between play like that, and it's bang, bang over there, and you got to have somebody give you the ball so I can find the bag.
Well, Davis, a pretty good first baseman. He started 47 games at first. Most errorless chances of any first baseman right now in the majors. 467 total chances as a first baseman. It is ruled a hit, and the Red Sox have 2. As Youkilis takes the strike, and it evens the count at 1-1.
You think that was a hit?
I
don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
They gave him a hit. Kind of a tough play because it wasn't hit hard. He had to go. He was deep at first base.
It looked easier than it was. It was a tough play, as it turns out. Pitcher, everything has to go perfectly.
Had he come in harder and faster, it would have been a much closer play than it was.
Right.
Now, 2 hits in the game for the Red Sox. Kevin Youkilis walked his first time up. Fly ball jacked out towards deep right center field. Marlon Byrd back there. So is Cruz. And it's Cruz who makes the grab, and having to dart his way back to first was Drew. He was all the way to second. And he gets back with now 2 down. On June 18th, at the NHL Awards show in Las Vegas, Bruins players Tim Thomas, Zdeno Chara, and coach Claude Julien have the chance to take home hardware. You have a chance to win a trip for 2 to the show that includes 2 round-trip tickets to Las Vegas, 2 nights at Caesars Palace, and 2 tickets to the awards show. To enter the Boston Bruins Foundation NHL Awards Show trip raffle, visit bostonbruins.com now. So 2 down. J.D. Drew at first base, and Jason Bay, who fouled out to the first baseman Chris Davis in the first inning. Makes it hard and foul.
Youkilis hit that ball pretty good right center field. I don't know how good he hit it. Ball just sort of died out there.
I thought it was going a lot further than it did.
Sounded like he hit it solid. He's not happy. What new?
in the dirt, and it's a ball and a strike. A raw, damp night at Fenway Park, but you can deal with these conditions. There's a chance for what appear to be quite a lot of rain coming through. Right now it's kind of a mist, a light rain.
It's like April.
It is. Cool too. Jack to left. Murphy is not going to get to this one. Back to the track and the wall. J.D. Drew will be stopped at third. It's a double for Jason Bay. And it's second and third with 2 outs for Boston.
Jason gets that quick little snap swing that he's got. See a breaking ball again. Wasn't down as much as Millwood wanted, but you see him go. That just snaps that ball, hooks it down the left field line. Sort of one hop to the wall. You're hoping that it slows down so you could score from first on that, but they couldn't with 2 outs, second and third now.
2 on, 2 down, and Mike Lowell would fly out to right field first time up. They play him straight away in the outfield. Red Sox have had their chances here in the early going against Kevin Millwood.
Yes, they have. That breaking ball has been, rather, that's supposed to be his best pitch, his put away pitch, and he's gotten away with, to this point, no runs, but he's thrown quite a few just mediocre breaking balls.
And already this is pitch number 50 of his outing. Lowell gets time from Jeff Kellogg. And for a strike, and it's 1-1.
In fact, has thrown a lot of breaking balls. For a guy like Millwood, he used to be a guy who used to power pitch. A lot of fastballs, put you away with a hard breaking ball. But I've seen a lot of just sort of mediocre 84-mile-an-hour breaking balls tonight.
It's a different approach than you're used to from Kevin Millwood. Generally a deliberate worker, especially with men on. And his second and third spot here with 2 outs in the third. And a strike to Lowell.
Got Lowell thinking about that breaking ball too. He throws a fastball on him. Hit a 1-1 pitch here. Lowell thinking probably breaking ball. Spots that fastball inside corner. Now he doesn't know what he's going to do.
Back to the breaking ball, and it skips in the dirt, knocked down by Saltalamacchia.
See, once again, if the breaking ball is real good, you get guys to hack at that sometimes. He didn't even attempt that. He saw that. He identified that pitch so quickly.
Millwood wanted to talk to Saltalamacchia. J.D. Drew at third base, Jason Bay at second base, 2 down. Lowell grounds it foul.
Lowell always ready for that fastball. Just like Bay, just like Pedroia, just like a lot of hitters on this lineup.
On the ground, left side. Young gets it, gets up and throws out Lowell. Couple of neat plays turned by the Rangers with runners in scoring position. Last couple scoreless at the end of 3. Top half of the fourth inning, the Rangers have made some nice defensive plays to keep the Red Sox off the board so far. They've had their chances, but we remain scoreless as we head to the top half of the fourth. Michael Young made a nice play at third base, leads it off here in the top of the fourth. Young fly to right his first time up. He's 0 for 1.
Now, he had to make that move from short to third this year, and you see the kind of play he made to end that inning. Did a nice job over there. Not that easy just to move over. He started off at second base, did he not? And he went to short. Now he's at third.
He first made that move from second to short, of course, when Alex Rodriguez went to the Yankees. And then they move him to third base this year. He's not overly thrilled. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Some talk that he wanted to be traded at one point. And things have worked out here in Texas. One of the game's great hitters. He doesn't get a lot of fanfare over the years, but hard to mess with his numbers.
Oh, he used to throw out 200 hits a year. Not necessarily a power guy, but he'll run into 15, maybe 20 one year he did.
On the ground right side, Pedroia. And there's one away here in the top of the fourth inning. Hey fans, NESN will be broadcasting from the Times, located at 112 Broad Street in Boston tomorrow night, June 6th. Always serving an honest brew with a big taste and a nice finish. Visit the Times to catch all your baseball action. NESN cameras will be there tomorrow night. We'll see if we make it on our game tomorrow night, as we look forward to checking that out. One down here in the fourth inning. Hank Blaylock, a walk in the first inning. Pitch 45 from Penny misses to Blaylock. I know it's been more than a year, but you still sort of expect Mark Teixeira to be somewhere in the middle of this lineup along with these other guys.
And that's what you think, and that's why when they said this offense is really a powerful offense, they're missing something.
They are.
I mean, I know Josh Hamilton's out. That's a big part of it from last year, but there's more than that. It seems like they're short a little bit, don't you think?
It would appear that way, but the numbers don't say that. This is lined and caught on the backhand by Lugo for the second out of the inning.
Well, they've hit 86 home runs this year, so they're right at the top of that.
Part of that is their yard, I would imagine. That goes out of there pretty good. But
part of that is this guy coming to the plate right here.
Doesn't hurt that he has 16 home runs.
But they're missing somebody. Maybe it's just because you haven't seen Cruz much. Michael Young has always been there. New young shortstop, 20 years old. Kinsler came on the scene last year, really. Put up monster numbers at second. Davis at first got a lot of power, but you see he punches out a lot. New catcher behind the plate. Saltalamacchia.
Kinsler with 14 home runs leading off. 1-0 to Cruz. He is popped up, foul ground. Veritek's going to go as far as he can, but it's well back into the seats.
This is Penny's best game to this point out of any game this season. To me, he's gotten his breaking ball over. A couple punch outs looking. You saw Cruz punch out the first inning on a 3-2 breaking ball. Got some easy ground ball outs.
We're talking a lot about home runs. League leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports. And Carlos Pena on top of 17, but then Jason Bay tied with Nelson Cruz, both with 16, and Mark Teixeira with 16. The former Texas Ranger. And the only hit Brad Penny has surrendered through 3 2/3 is that infield dribbler to first base.
Could have been an error on Davis. I would have gave it to Davis if he was going to get an error. If somebody was going to get an error, obviously.
Away, and it's ball 3. Meanwhile, the Red Sox have had their chances. They have left 5 men on in the first 3 innings.
Oh, I was talking about the error by Davis. I'm talking the base hit was a bad hop to Euclid.
Right. Thing exploded on.
That's the only hit.
Yeah, I sent you down the wrong path because I gave you bad information. The 3-1.
Sound like a moron. I said, what am I talking about? Nice play.
Fires to first in time. Mike Lowe, the great play, rangy play to his left. And we're scoreless as we head to the bottom of the fourth.
Nice play.
Bottom of the fourth inning back at Fenway. David Ortiz leading it off as the Rangers go into the shift. And Kinsler in short right. Ortiz struck out looking first time up. Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and a strike.
Kind of a lunge of a swing right there.
Ortiz pops it up left side. Michael Young didn't see it. Third baseman, can he recover? Yes.
Oh.
Wow, he got lined up, looked up, and then threw the arms up as if he couldn't see it. And you can tell he certainly did not because he had to range back into his right. But he recovers and makes the grab.
He's lucky that ball didn't go any farther on him. You know, it's top straight up. The gray sky, you see, he loses it right here. He's lucky this ball is not that far away. Ends up making a nice play on it. Pitcher's heart skips a beat right here if this ball drops. It's a double. Always thinking about the pitcher.
One down as Ortiz 0 for 2. Veritek fouled out. First time up as he grounds one on 2 hops to first. Davis has got it, and there's quickly 2 outs in the fourth. Those defensive plays brought to you by Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot. Sent it last inning, and the range of Mike Lowell has been outstanding. Hip surgery and all this past offseason, and he's able to throw out Nelson Cruz at first base.
You know, that's the type of play that you look for to see what kind of range he's got, mobility after that surgery. Not a question.
2 down for Jacoby Ellsbury, who hit a double in the second inning, one of only 3 Boston hits.
We're getting ready to swing the bat. They know Millwood's around the plate.
Grounds it right side at Kinsler. And it's a 1-2-3 fourth inning. We've played 4, no score from Fenway. For years, contractors have trusted the FW Webb Company for plumbing, heating, and cooling products. Now homeowners can visit one of their 27 Frank Webb Bath Center showrooms. Product knowledge and friendly guidance make both sides of Webb a home run. Fifth inning from Fenway Park, no score. As David Murphy leads it off for the Texas Rangers. Murphy grounded out his first time up. Yeah, I dragged you down the wrong path with the only hit that Brad Penning has given up.
Yeah, how did we get there? I didn't even
I
know
brought you there.
there.
That's how I got you there. I told you that it was a weak ground ball to first base. There was no weak ground ball. It was the ball that exploded on Euclid at first base.
Yeah, you tricked me. You made me look bad.
We talked about that memory issue I have.
Yeah.
And
that was like one inning.
That was like 20 minutes ago.
I know. No, it was a bad hop. It almost took his lips off.
Exactly.
Off his
you don't want
shoulder.
that.
No.
It's terrible when that happens. Here's the strike, and it's 2-1 to Murphy. Bird and Davis to follow here in the fifth. Another strike, and Penny's been throwing strikes tonight. 56 pitches, 32 of them for strikes.
Just looks smooth all night.
If he gets a piece, stays alive.
It's a tight little breaking ball right there. You know, this pitching, this starting pitching, it's just like anything, even in the bullpen, it's contagious. And everybody's pitching good now. We talked about it. You see this breaking ball, snaps it off. Got him swinging at it. You know, they got swinging at that breaking ball. They think you can throw a strike with it. They'll start hacking at it.
Swing and a miss. They elevated 94, and Murphy chases 4 punch-outs for Brad Penny.
This is as good as I've seen Penny all year, with both his curveball that he's kept down and the fastball. He elevates right here, ball right by him, but he paints the first couple down and away. And you're going to get, once you get out of the zone right there, they're thinking you're going to keep the ball down, and it just jumps on you. It's 94. It's not like he's barely getting it up there.
One down for Marlon Byrd, who struck out swinging his first time up.
Get me over breaking ball right there. Strike one. Doesn't know what to look for now. But I was saying, it's contagious. Everybody's, you know, doing their job. Like the last 4 starts, every starter got to win. Wake, Daisuke, Lester, Beckett, everybody's rolling. And when this team goes well, obviously the bullpen's had a great year so far.
Left side, and Lugo from short left has no chance. As down the line, Marlon Byrd, and Lugo gave it a go, but not even close. And the second hit of the night for the Texas Rangers, this time Marlon Byrd.
Well, Lugo goes a long ways to get this ball in the hole, but he absolutely has no chance. Showed his range, what he can get to, but all his momentum is going too far to his right.
Well, now 1 on. Chris Davis coming up. Would you agree, though, this is kind of what we expected from the starting rotation to begin the year?
Yeah, exactly. And at some point it's going to happen. And every time the team takes off, and I look back over the years, they take off because the starting pitching takes off. You know, where they go 6, 7 innings every night for a long period of time. Remember it happened in August. You start rolling.
Well, that's the thing about where the Red Sox are right now. To start the night in a virtual tie, the New York Yankees top the American League East. Take into consideration that the starting rotation has been up and down, a little bit inconsistent. David Ortiz has struggled beyond what you thought or could have imagined.
Right.
And
you don't even notice. I mean, you don't even. I mean, we could talk. We've got the luxury to talk about David Ortiz not doing the job. But you look at that scoreboard right there and the standings, and I mean, we've been lucky that you haven't had to, you know, the loss of the offense. Hasn't mattered. But the starting rotation hasn't really come around up until recently. Everybody's on a roll. I think Beckett's been as good as you can be for a month. Once again, Penny with this breaking ball. No one seems to be able to pick it up. This ball's not even close in the dirt. But Penny holding his own. You're talking about a guy 5-1. He's got a big ERA, but let's face it, he's your 5th starter. He's 5-1, doing his job. You get Daisuke rolling. You know, he didn't have that good of an outing. He got the win the last time out, but you expect him to be much better than that. I mean, you think about this rotation. We always talk about it. The big three. Beckett, Lester, and Daisuke. Got Smoltz hanging in the lurking over there. Tonight he's supposed to pitch in Pawtucket, wasn't he?
Weather permitting. As the pitch fouled off, 1-2.
What are you going to do with him? I mean, he's going to be ready in what, another week, 2 weeks, whatever. 2 weeks at the most. How many times are you going to let him start down there?
I think at least 2 more. This one and the next one for sure. And then you're talking about what, 2 weeks from now. So a lot can happen between now and then.
True.
It always seems to work out that way.
But what do you do if it was today?
It's a good question.
It's a nice problem to have. A lot of clubs would like to have that problem.
You wonder if they would entertain the thoughts of a 6-man rotation. John Farrell has been quick to say no to that in the past, and something that they didn't want to do. But you think for the long range and getting ready for the postseason is obviously a close play at first base. Obviously the Red Sox are ready to go every year to the postseason. You got to figure you're going to be there. I can't imagine it would really hurt you to have an extra day off.
Got him flinching, going the other way.
Are you bored with my 6-man rotation, Todd?
I don't know. I've never heard of it. I've never heard of it. I've seen some strange. And I'll tell you what we did in Oakland after this pitch.
In the right field, a base hit for Chris Davis. The second base goes Bird. And it's 2 on with 1 away. My thought is this, though. You think about all the time they're trying to get an extra day here, an extra day there for Beckett to make sure that he is going to go the whole year for you and be sharp for the postseason. Doesn't it seem to make somewhat sense to maybe mix in another guy?
A little bit if everything goes smooth. You know, if everything doesn't go smooth and one guy in the rotation isn't pitching very well, you want to get him out of there as fast as possible so you can have your best 5 out there. So what I'm getting at is everything has to go smooth. I know you want to make somebody strong in October, but
1 out, 2 on. Jared Saltalamacchia takes ball 1 outside. What did you do in Oakland? You started saying.
Well, I was going to say the rotation was so bad, everybody was getting lit up. The whole rotation was getting murdered. So Tony said, that's enough. I'm going to have a 3-man rotation. I'm going to take 2 starters and one pitch is just like spring training. It was embarrassing. I felt so bad for the starters. Only La Russa would do something like that, right?
Yeah.
That means a starter. Some starters were pitching the second 3.
So they're kind of piggybacking.
Yes.
You're going in.
It was crazy. They were going 3-3 and then the bullpen, and then 3-3 in the bullpen again.
Did it work?
No, not at all. We had it was a horrible year. It's embarrassing for the starting rotation.
Back-to-back hits here for the Rangers with 1 out in the 5th inning. This time they've had 2 men on in an inning. And it's 2-1 to Saltalamacchia, who has one of the 3 hits. Breaking ball and a fly ball out towards left center field. Ellsbury and Bay. And it is Bay who makes the catch. Ellsbury kind of bangs into him. He holds on to the baseball for out number 2. A little lack of communication out there in left center.
That could have been trouble right there. It's Ellsbury's ball. He must have not heard him. The lack of communication right here. The ball's right in between him. Ellsbury's calling it. They're both calling it. Luckily, the bigger man gets the ball is what happens right there. Penny got away with kind of a rolling breaking ball. Saltalamacchia had a decent swing at it. Didn't get enough of it.
So 2 down, 2 on. And Elvis Andrus is the batter. He grounded into a 5-4-3 double play in the 3rd inning. Nicely turned by the Red Sox, especially when taking into consideration that Saltalamacchia was off with the pitch. Well, got it to second base in time, and the Red Sox turned it. Andrus fouls it off. He's got good speed. 4 triples. Ace Ticket will donate $175 to Children's Hospital Boston and the Red Sox Foundation for every strikeout by a Red Sox pitcher this season. Entering tonight's game, Ace Ticket has donated $70,700 so far. Thanks, Ace Ticket. Remember to get your Sox tickets at aceticket.com. Andrus takes strike 2. Brad Penny with 4 strikeouts tonight, 1 walk. Marlon Byrd at second, Chris Davis at first. Fouled off again.
This young 20-year-old likes to swing the bat. He doesn't walk that much.
Speaking of walks, Penny had not walked anybody in each of his last 2 outings coming into tonight. He did walk Blaylock in the first. But prior to that, no walks in his outing in Minnesota, no walks in his outing at Toronto. Outside, Varitek trying to bring it back, and it's 1-2. Those pitches that Penny has thrown in any outing is 110. As Varitek set it out. They've had Bird out there at second base for a while watching things.
I think he tried to put him away with a breaking ball here.
Introducing the new $5 Red Sox instant game from the Mass State Lottery. You can win Red Sox season tickets for life and up to $1 million instantly. Get yours today. For details, visit masslottery.com. 2 outs in the 5th, 2 on for the Rangers in this scoreless contest. Well pitched tonight between Brad Penny and Kevin Millwood. Red Sox have had their chances. First real threat here for the Rangers.
There's that breaking ball. Nobody's biting. See a 1-2 pitch. Hasn't seen a breaking ball this at bat yet. Just a little, not enough, not tantalizing enough, as you say.
You're mixing my stuff in. That's good.
I'm in trouble.
Inside, and it's ball 3, full count.
Well, he's thrown a 3-2 breaking ball before in the first inning to Nelson Cruz. I don't think he'll see a breaking ball right here. I think he's going to go after him with a fastball.
2 on, 2 down. The 3-2 pitch. Have to wait as he goes off the backside.
Boy, I had a hard time doing that when I was on the mound. A little move to second. Didn't want to do it. I thought my spike would get stuck.
On the ground and under the glove of Lugo into left. Bird will score, and the Rangers lead it 1-0. Thought Lugo may be able to, at the very least, knock that down, but he does not. Would have saved a run if he could, but instead coming around is Bird from second base. It's a 1-0 Texas lead.
Well, Penny does throw him a 3-2 fastball right there. This kid makes good wood on it. He almost got blocked out, Lugo, with the runner going in front of him. Thought he was going to knock that ball down to save a run. Penny's a little upset, hoping that he could knock it down. Pretty solidly hit ball in the hole right there.
So a 1-0 Texas lead. 2 on, 2 down. And Ian Kinsler, as Varitek bluffs.
I wonder if the runner going through, passing by, had a little something to do with getting in his line of sight as he's going into his dive.
Kind of screening him.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy play. But the ball went under his glove. A hanging breaking ball there. See this Lugo play. Ball solidly hit in the hole right there. Runner jumps over it, but the ball still, it's like he wasn't ready for it.
He was late to react.
He was there.
Yeah.
He was there ready to react to this ball, and the ball got under his glove. He was there ready, and then he slowed up a little bit, and then the ball beat him under his glove. So when we saw it, I thought he was going to knock it down.
Kinsler jacks this to left. It is back, and it is gone. A 3-run home run for Ian Kinsler, and this one has changed in a blink of an eye. It is a 4-0 Texas lead. This Rangers team can do this to you.
Just like that, Kinsler just hits a rocket right out of here. Almost looked like he got a ball down and in, and he just smokes this ball. You see the pitch, fastball. It wanted to go down, wasn't down enough. He just turns on this ball. It's almost like he was looking, fastball, got it, lifted it right out of here. 3-run Johnson. That is quick. Worried about a ball being knocked down at shortstop. Next thing you know, 4-0. This game will change on you in such a hurry. One pitch. He's throwing a good ball game up to this point. It quiets the crowd in a heartbeat, doesn't it?
It is quiet here now. Michael Young, the batter. The Rangers really did not have a threat through the first 4 innings, but with 2 outs had 2 on. And just like that, it is 4-0 now. The Rangers on top.
Looking back, you'd think you could get out that Elvis Andrus kid. 20-year-old shortstop really was the key to this inning. If you can get him out.
Young gets a fly ball to right. J.D. Drew in. And he makes the catch. It ends the inning. Damage done. The big blow. 3-run home run for Ian Kinsler. 4-0 Texas. Bottom of the 5th inning back at Fenway. Texas now on top 4-0. A 21-minute wait for Kevin Millwood. He now has a 4-run pad. Number 9 man Julio Lugo leading it off for the Red Sox. Then Pedroia and Drew. The big blast 3-run shot for Kinsler as Lugo grounds one at his counterpart at short. And Elvis Andrus with a throw that almost pulled Chris Davis off the bag. Well, tonight after our Red Sox coverage, stay with Nesson for Sports Desk, presented by FW Webb. Find FW Webb's 27 bath centers at frankwebb.com. Find out what Dolphins linebacker Joey Porter thinks of the Patriots' chances of winning the AFC East this season, and see what Tiger Woods did at the Memorial Golf Tournament today in Ohio. Plus, Boston Herald's Steve Buckley will be live in studio to talk Red Sox and much more. It's all coming up tonight after our Red Sox coverage, only on Nesson. 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning. And Dustin Pedroia, the batter, he has walked and lined out to left.
You know, this game came up in bit penny last inning. You talked about ground ball you thought should be knocked down. Next hitter, he gets behind 2-0, misses on a breaking ball, ugly breaking ball, and Kinsler can hit the fastball. Got it, looked for it, got it, and hit it out of here.
It got out of here in a hurry.
It really did, and that's how this game gets away from you sometimes.
And that's the way Texas has been operating, an explosive lineup. This one fouled. Well, for Millwood, he has surrendered only 3 hits. Had his first 1-2-3 inning of his outing. It came last inning in the 4th after the Red Sox had left 5 men on through the first 3. 1-2 jams Pedroia, and it's a little pop-up. Saltalamacchia coming back has no play as he leans into the first row.
Nothing fancy from Millwood, just throwing strikes, mixing it up, fastball, breaking ball.
So 67 pitches, 42 for strikes.
Comes inside just enough so he can go out.
And he elevates at 93 to strike out Pedroia, his 3rd K. 2 down. We check in with Heidi Watney.
Don, we saw how valuable Ian Kinsler can be with a 3-run homer last inning. He's become one of the premier second basemen in the league, right along with the Red Sox own Dustin Pedroia. Kinsler admitted to me he pays attention to what other second basemen around the league are doing.
So I think so. I mean, I like to believe so. I like to look and see what he did every night when I get home, and look around the league, see what the other second basemen do, and you know, I like the competition. I like going into a new place and trying to play better in that second baseman in that particular series. And it seems like everywhere you go, it's a challenge because second base is pretty stacked right now, and it's fun to be a part of.
Kinsler is leading the AL and second baseman in the 2009 All-Star Game voting, with Pedroia right behind him. You can still cast your vote at MLB.com or by picking up one of these All-Star Game voting ballots right here at Fenway. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. Yeah, great crop. The second baseman just, of course, saw in Detroit. You have Placido Polanco there. We were in Toronto. Aaron Hill there. Brian Roberts with the Orioles. Robinson Cano with the Yankees. Our own Dustin Pedroia and Ian Kinsler. It's a pretty good crop right now at second base.
It really is. That's a tough place to get the All-Star nod. Then we go to shortstop. We talked about it before. And there's just Jeter. We could go right down the list. There's no outstanding shortstops anymore. That used to be the big
position. That's changed.
Yeah, totally. That was the power position. Remember all the shortstops? Tejada, Jeter, Garcia Parra, A-Rod. Missing somebody. There's enough right there. Talking about power shortstops. They've got a shortstop here, Vizquel, who's to me a Hall of Famer. Sitting on the bench over here. Where is he? Over 40 years old. He's got over 2,600 base hits. He's got 3 base hits away from going ahead of Aparicio, who played here for Boston many years ago, to go ahead of him in most hits by a Venezuelan.
Only shortstop in history to play in 21 different seasons.
But he's a lot like Ozzie Smith, if you think about the scale of spectacular shortstop. Made some spectacular plays. In fact, I thought he might be even a little better hitter than Ozzie. Ozzie wouldn't like me to say that. I don't really quite know his numbers year in and year out, but 2,600 hits.
11 Gold Gloves, second most ever for shortstop, and a .985 career fielding percentage. There's ball 4, and Drew down to first base. It's time for a game break. And Tom Caron, TC. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Zach Greinke with 8 victories so far in the year, but having a tough night.
That's a shocker.
Here at Fenway Park, it's 4-0. Rangers on top. A 2-out base runner for the Red Sox, and J.D. Drew at first. And Kevin Youkilis was walked and flied out to right. Millwood with 3 strikeouts. He has walked 3 and given up 3 hits, but the Red Sox have not yet cashed in with a run.
See, you gets a pitch to hit right there. Looked like a changeup almost. I don't think this was a slider like he's been featuring most of the night. It's a split finger is what it is. Those split finger down and in. Really kind of got away with that, Millwood. Lucky he didn't flip that ball out of here.
This is pitch number 80 of the night for Kevin Millwood. And it's grounded softly down the third baseline. Michael Young sidearm toss in plenty of time to end the inning. We have played 5 from Fenway. It's 4-0 Texas. For 4-0 Texas on top of Boston. The pitching line is brought to you by Verizon. And as you said earlier, you can make an argument that Penny's first 4 innings might have been the best 4 we've seen this season.
Yeah, the mixture of fastball, breaking ball. Just looked easy, didn't it?
Things changed very quickly, though, in the 5th. And it happened fast. A 2-out RBI for Elvis Andrus, number 9 batter and shortstop for the Rangers. And Kinsler with the 3-run home run. And that, right now, is where we're at, 4-0. Laylock, Cruz, and Murphy to bat. 3, 4, and 5 for Texas here in the 6th inning.
I guarantee you the games I pitched in my career that I gave up 3-run shots, I didn't win. I bet you I didn't even win one of them. Looking back, it's hard to win when you give up a 3-run bomb. You might get off the hook.
And that has happened to Penny on several occasions this year, especially in some of his worst outings in which he's given up 7, 8 runs. Red Sox have been able to come from that large deficit. Walks Blaylock to begin things here in the 6th inning. We'll catch a new episode of NESN's Comedy All-Stars tonight at 11:30, brought to you in part by New England Chevy Dealers. Host Tommy Davidson is joined by Keith Robinson, Jen Kober, and Jimmy Tingle on the show where sports and comedy collide. Visit NESN.com now to check out clips from the show. Hey, let's check out a clip right now.
Check it out.
I said, I think I'll try my own triathlon, the Jimmy Tingle Triathlon. Now, what you do here is you take a cab to Fenway Park. You sit in the bleachers, you eat or drink whatever you want. You root for the other team, then you run home.
Check it out tonight at 11:30. Comedy All-Stars.
It's like Bard getting loose in the bullpen. Starting to get used to looking. Don't even have to look on the screen. You can tell after you've seen him pitch a little bit who it is.
Yeah.
Big old tall glass of water out there.
You're starting to get this.
I got it. Don't even need binoculars.
Well, ball and a strike to Nelson Cruz with Hank Blaylock at first base. Penny had been careful with Blaylock twice. He walked him in the first. He walks him again here in the sixth as he only walks that Brad Penny has given up. Flares it foul and is down 1-2.
Be careful with that fastball right there. It's a good pitch for Cruz to hit right there. This ball was middle. Trying to throw it away. Look at this. Ooh, a little late is what it is. I'd like to have that back.
For a guy who's putting him out of the yard with regularity.
He has been missing that recently.
16 home runs on the season. Speaking of going out of the yard, here's a high drive to left field. Jason Bay to the corner, and it's going to go foul. Right down the line.
Didn't sound very good coming off the bat right here. Well, once again, he's trying to throw this ball away, and he throws it right down the middle. I think it hit the end of the bat is what it did. Penny not happy at all, knowing he's made two back-to-back mistakes. He's lost focus a little bit right here. You know, after you give up that 3-run home run, you come back out, walk the leadoff man. You gotta really bear down.
Runs it inside, evens the count now at 2-2.
Got to keep this game right where it is. He knows that this club, the Red Sox, could come back and score him some runs. They did it a couple starts previous, and this
line to left, and coming in to make the grab is Bay. That one was dropping down quickly, the sinking liner, and Bay had to go down to get it. He does for the first out of the sixth.
You know, once again, a fastball right there. He's throwing him 3 fastballs right there in this at bat. This ball's sinking quickly. Nice play by Bay. Doesn't look like much when a ball's right at you like that. You don't know how far it's going to go if it's got top spin on it. That ball can eat you up. I don't care how far away you are from it, huh?
That thing was knuckling on him.
Yeah. It is not easy when balls are stung like that. You don't know if they've got top spin, they're sinking.
One down, Blaylock still at first base. David Murphy. It's time to bring you up to speed with the AT&T Rapid Rewind. With the Rangers on top 1-0, Ian Kinsler hits a 3-run home run. They get out of here in a hurry. Into the monster seats in left. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. It's 4-0 Texas. And it's strike 2 to David Murphy, who's down 0-2. Murphy appeared in a total of 23 games when he was a member of the Red Sox in 2006 and 2007 before the trade at the trade deadline in 2007. When you think about it, that really is one that perhaps the Red Sox would like to have back. You think about Eric Gagne, and
right.
Just did not work out on paper. It looked like a very good move. The Red Sox virtually had 2 closers at the end of games. You had Gagne, for the 8th, and Papelbon for the 9th, and it just did not work out.
They lost Gabbard too. They got him back,
Yes.
though, did they not?
Yes. Swing and a miss. Murphy strikes out for the second time, 5 Ks for Brad Penny.
Boy, Penny's got Murphy's number right here, swinging at this high fastball. Not even close. Well, the game would be easy. So all you had to do is get 2 strikes and throw it up there, and everybody swings. Huh? Doesn't work like that.
Well, 2 down. It worked against David Murphy this time. As Marlon Byrd struck out in the 2nd inning, reached on an infield hit in the 5th. Breaking ball, and it's grounded back up the middle. Lugo can't get it. It's into center field. And Blaylock to second. Some boos ringing out here at Fenway Park.
Well, I don't know if he could have got to this ball. You just don't know. But it just looks like he's having a hard time. He's he's playing in the hole. First of all, he's got a long ways to go on this ball. But it's just the way he went at it. He sort of gingerly went into a dive. And you just wonder if he's the same Lugo that he was even last year defensively.
Well, the knee surgery that kept him out from spring training in the first month of the season.
And I don't know if it's being critical or what, but just watching him go after a ball. Is there a difference? I don't know if my eyes, if I'm saying what I see is really happening.
I think his range has not been the same, but I think he's admitted to as much.
Has he? Okay.
So far.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to be critical. The way he went after that ball, he just sort of went slowly into his dive. It's funny he gets 2 balls that we're thinking he can get to. The ball we
thought he should at least knock down.
And then that one there. You'd think he would have got to that ball.
2 down, 2 on.
But physically, he just doesn't seem the same defensively.
Closed that one by Davis, reaching back, 94. Davis singled off Brad Penny in the 5th inning.
Forget about this guy. He's got some power. He's only hitting a $190 or whatever it is, but 200. But he can leave.
Pitches now for Brad Penny with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Saw Blaylock at second, Byrd at first. The breaking ball slips out of his hands. A little frustrated. Varitek trying to calm him down.
And it's hard to bear down when you know you're down 4-0. So to get through this inning, you never know. Then this curveball just slips out of his hand. Not even close. Shows his frustration. See a guy like Davis, you can see how he punches out a lot. He's got a 3-1 pitch, knows a fastball is coming.
Here's Saltalamacchia waiting on deck. I was doing so well.
That's a tough one. It's like Catalanato or something like that.
Saltalamacchia. 3-2 pitch. To right and deep. Drew going back. It's going to be over his head. 1 hop up into the seats. A ground rule double. And it will plate 1 run as Hank Blaylock from second base scores, and the Rangers up their lead to 5-0.
Davis punches out a lot, like I said, but you find his happy zone down and in, and he hits a double right there.
Well, it started very well for Brad Penny. Does not end as well as the Texas Rangers have the 5-0 lead. The pitching change from Fenway Park. Dunkin' Donuts musical montage. We're in the midst of the top of the 6th inning with 2 outs. A run in and the end of the night for Brad Penny, who goes 5 2/3 innings, gives up 7 hits so far, charged with 5 runs. Is responsible for Bird at third, Davis at second. Those 103 pitches. The batter is Jared Saltalamacchia. With a swing and a miss.
Ooh, really nice piece of cheese right there.
This call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford Dealers. Daniel Bard, the new Red Sox pitcher. His 8th appearance, a 1.04 earned run average. Opponent hitting at 235.
Oh,
to the backstop. Varitek coming to get it. From third comes Bird, and he's out. Varitek got it quickly. Bard covers the out at the plate, but the Rangers lead it 5-0. Marlon Bird thrown out at the plate, and a ball that gets to the backstop, and Varitek was able to get it quickly, and Bard slaps the tag on to end the inning. Rangers tack on another run. Lead it 5-0 as Jason Bay leads it off. And here's a look at that last play that ended the inning.
Talk about a misfire with a fastball. So lucky that this ball kicked off, and Varitek makes a nice play on this ball. Bang, bang at the plate. Bard not real happy, but lucky that they got the out at the plate. Saved another run.
It's 0-2 to the leadoff hitter, Jason Bay. This one to the backstop.
Another misfire. Ball has to slip right here. You see the catcher sitting down and away. My goodness.
The 1-2. 2-2. Wood at 84 pitches coming in now.
See how far they stretch him. Talking about stretching their starting pitching.
Swing and a miss. Strike three, and it is the fourth strikeout for Kevin Millwood of the night. First out here of the sixth inning.
One of the best breaking balls of the night right here. You see, takes something off. This ball goes down and not across, you see. And gets him on the depth of the breaking ball. Not going sideways.
So one out here in the bottom of the sixth inning, and it brings up Mike Lowell. His fly to right and grounded out to third base. 0 for 2.
That was the curveball I remember Millwood having.
Lowell lines it into left field, a base hit. David Murphy over to play it, and Lowell's aboard with a one-out single. Red Sox trying to chip away at this Texas lead, which was expanded in the top half of this inning as the Rangers lead at 5-0. It's been a quiet night for David Ortiz. He has struck out looking and popped out to the third baseman, Michael Young.
Well, here's a guy, Millwood, that he's had a lot of success off of in his career, hitting almost 400 off of coming in with 3 home runs. You think if anybody he could pick up, it would be this guy.
Ortiz pops it up. The shift on, and the second baseman, Kinsler, will give way to the shortstop, Elvis Andrus, who makes the catch. A couple strides on the outfield grass for out number 2.
Well, he saw 4 fastballs the last time up. Excuse me, the first time up, and then he gets a fastball here, inner half, 92 miles an hour. You see it right there. Not afraid to go after him. Looked like a pitch he can handle a little too early. It's almost like he committed too early. Ball wasn't almost even there yet. Not like that ball was thrown by him. He was on it.
So 2 down. Mike Lowell at first base, and Jason Varitek 0 for 2. He is fouled out, grounded out. To left. Murphy going back. It's going to be over his head and grabs some wall. Murphy plays the carom. Varitek to second base with a double. Lowell stops at third. 2 in scoring position now with 2 down.
Jason Varitek swinging early in the count again. And he's been getting balls out over the plate left-handed, and he's putting the solid part of the bat on that ball with some pop. This ball jumps off the wall. Hits this ball in the gap. Murphy plays it off the wall. If Lowell could run a little bit, he might have been able to score, but you're always begging for that run with 2 outs.
Varitek, 3 straight games with a double. At second base with Lowell at third, 2 down. Pitch count rising for Millwood. Jacoby Ellsbury, the batter, he doubled in the second, grounded out to second base in the fourth. Red Sox have had at least 1 base runner in every inning but the 4th inning. They have left 6 men on through the first 5.
Some of those games you just get the hit with 2 outs sometimes.
Two and 0.
Lugo on deck. You may not give him too much to hit right here. Even with a 5-0 lead. He goes right at him.
Ellsbury takes, and it's 2-1. Lowell at third base, Varitek at second base, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Red Sox have not yet scored tonight. There's strike 2.
Once again goes right at him. Another fastball. Balls up a little bit. Not to his liking. Might have been a ball.
Ellsbury hits a fly ball to center field. Marlon Byrd back there with plenty of room. Makes the catch that ends things here in the 6th. Red Sox strand 2 more and trail 5-0 at the end of 6. Local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Duncan Dugout, a special seating section at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Boston Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. And as always, we thank Dunkin' Donuts for dropping off refreshments in the booth as we head along to the top half of the 7th inning back at Fenway Park. On a damp night from Fenway, light rain falling as the Red Sox trail 5-0 to the Texas Rangers. Jared Saltalamacchia, who's batting. Last inning when the wild pitch went back to the backstop, but Red Sox were able to gun down Marlon Byrd at the plate to end the inning. Saltalamacchia 1 for 2 tonight, a single in the 3rd. His numbers are updated to include tonight, 438 now for Saltalamacchia. Fights it off foul, and it's 2-1.
One of the toughest things for a young pitcher to do is have, you know, he doesn't know when he's going to go into a lot of ball games. He's the one guy out there that they're not really sure how to use, if you think about it. So for him to stay sharp, it's going to be tough.
He was acquired by Texas. Part of that, we were talking about Mark Teixeira earlier. When Teixeira went to Atlanta, Saltalamacchia was in Atlanta at the time, part of that trade.
Was Andres in that same trade?
He was.
7-player trade, I believe.
Yep.
I think they got Harrison, the left-handed pitcher, too. They got a ton of guys.
Trade deadline of 07.
And Atlanta is really just left with Kochman, who they got from the Angels
yeah.
for Teixeira. They could use Teixeira's power. Who couldn't? Atlanta playing in that big ballpark.
Strike 3 call. Saltalamacchia is ready to toss the bat, but he's rung up by Jeff Kellogg as Bard picks up his first K.
See his fastball, he's looking for it to go outside, sort of cuts all the way across the plate, still gets part of the plate for strike 3. It's got some good gas on it.
One down for Elvis Andrus. Grounded into a double play in the 3rd inning, singled in the 5th. And knocked in a run, a 2-out RBI in the 5th.
He's coming out swinging, this young kid. He's just letting it go. That was the big bat of the game up to this point. I know the home run, the 3-run home run, but you got the number 9 hitter up. You're supposed to get him out. He ends up getting a ground ball that Lugo can't knock down. Next thing you know, 3-run bomb, 4-0.
On the line on Penny tonight, 5 2/3, 7 hits, 5 runs. He walked 2 and struck out 5. He's on the hook, came in 5-1, and he's not lost at Fenway Park yet this season. 3-0. Breaking ball in there for strike 2, 1-2.
Penny will have a tough time sleeping tonight. These are the kind of games that get you. You know, 4 innings pitched as good as he ever pitched all year. 1 hit, bad hop hit, and then boom, gives up 4 in the 5th. The game just got away from him.
Andrus to right field as J.D. Drew in a step makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Well, today's Twisted but True fact of the game is brought to you by Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Yesterday was the 35th anniversary of the infamous 10-cent beer night at Cleveland's Municipal Stadium. My goodness, the Twisted promotion caused mass drunkenness and resulted in several streakers fighting in the stands and an eventual riot. The game was forfeited by the Indians after a Cleveland riot squad restored order to the stadium. Wow, it's Twisted but True. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea is the refreshing hard iced tea. It tastes like real iced tea, be a little twisted.
I wasn't there.
I was going to ask you that.
That was the year before. That was the year before I got there. I heard about it. They didn't have that night again. Believe me, they're giving up 10-cent beer.
Wow.
It's like disco night. They went nuts.
That's Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Well, 2 down here in the 7th inning. Ian Kinsler hit the big 3-run home run in the 5th. For Kinsler, his 15th home run of the year. It's 1-2.
You see him at the plate. He doesn't look like a kid that can hit with that kind of power. "15 home runs already early in this season."
Popped up, foul ground. Youkilis goes as far as he can, but no chance. Wind is blowing in from center field at the moment. Swing and a miss. Bard able to blow it by him at 97. It is 5-0 Texas. 7th inning stretch time, and time for a Sports Desk update with Cole Wright. Back at Fenway as we head to the last half of the 7th inning. It was 5-0. Texas on top on this damp night from Fenway. On a chilly night, too, as the Texas Rangers have a 5-0 advantage. Julio Lugo leading it off for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 7th. Bill Wooded, 94 pitches out there for the 7th inning. We talked about Nolan Ryan's philosophies and what the Rangers pitchers are trying to do, and I'm curious to get your take, Eck, because you've heard over the years from some of the baseball purists and old school that the more you throw, the stronger your arm is, and these guys aren't going enough innings, throwing enough pitches. There's too much attention to the 100-pitch count. I mean, you think it is overrated, all this?
Well, I mean, the whole game has gone along with it. Everybody has gone along with the same plan, and it's all about you don't want to hurt anybody. That's what I think's behind the whole thing, is that be careful with everyone. Now to change that, I mean, you'd have to do it to your whole organization. I mean, that's a totally different philosophy, isn't it? I mean, it changes everything. You're talking about, we've been seeing teams with 13-man staffs, 8 men in the bullpen, right?
Right.
Now, If you go long in that way, you only need 10 guys for a staff. Now, I don't see it happening because I don't care if you stretch guys out enough or not. How are they going to get into the 6th or 7th inning if they're getting? Although a guy like Millwood, you can probably do it with.
Lugo strikes out to begin this inning. Yeah, Millwood's kind of a bad example because he does that quite a bit.
Right. He looks like a horse. You know, he's built like it. He looks like he can handle it. See this fastball in the outside corner right here. That's paint. That is absolute paint. I got to have that. Lugo doesn't it?
Isn't the mentality different now? I mean, as far as the pitcher goes, he knows he's only going to go 100 pitches. I mean, so back in your day, you felt you were going as long as you were good, right?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, but that's over. That game is over. That is gone. And I'm with the new.
You're on board.
I'm on board. I got it. You know, it's all about relief pitching now. Specialists, right, left, right, whatever, and like the Red Sox, 6 guys you can go to at any time. And that's when you're going to have to pay a lot more money if you think about it. You know, bullpens cost you a fortune too if you have a good one. But we'll see what happens with. We'll see if they last. First of all, can they talk about stretching out your pitchers? Can they last in this summer heat?
To the left, especially in Texas. Murphy is over there to make the catch on Pedroia, and there's 2 down in the inning. We'll stay with us immediately following the game tonight for WB Mason's Extra Innings with TC, Jim, and Heidi. You'll get Terry Francona's live press conference after the series opener, and Jim will break down Brad Penny's performance tonight, plus all the reaction from the Sox clubhouse in our KFC Clubhouse Uncut segment. It's all coming up right after the game with TC, Jim, and Heidi. 2 outs here in the last half of the 7th inning. Red Sox trailing 5-0. And J.D. Drew, the batter. He struck out, singled, and walked. He's been aboard twice tonight.
You know, some guys are built to throw 120 pitches. They can. And be consistent with 120 pitches, not like to have tail off after 100. And some guys can't. I mean, not everybody's built to do that.
To right field, and a base hit. Drew's on again. His 2nd hit, 3rd time he's been on. It's a 2-out single this time.
So JD gets on him right here. The fastball, middle in, belt high, yanks it. He's lucky that's only a base hit, Millwood.
So 2 down, Drew at first, and Kevin Youkilis, who walked in the first, fly to right in the 3rd, grounded out in the 5th. Millwood up over 100 pitches now, 103.
That good curveball we saw earlier.
Millwood coming in at 4-4 individually with a 3.23 earned run average. Mike Maddox just on the phone. Check swing grounded by the mound softly. Kinsler throws out Youkilis, and the Red Sox are gone in the 7th. We played 7. It's 5-0 Texas. Back at Fenway Park with this game summary is brought to you by Comcast. Defense pretty impressive tonight on both sides. And for Texas getting out of some jams, Michael Young with a good rangy play to his left ends another Red Sox threat on the evening. Ian Kinsler with the Rangers up 1-0 in the 5th inning. It's a 3-run home run to put Texas on top 4-0. Kevin Millwood has been cruising right along. 7 shutout innings tonight. The Rangers right-handed starter. And it is 5-0 Texas on top as we head to the top half of the 8th. I think they get your salad and cheese covered on this one, and we send our love to Mimi.
Where's the hair?
2 out of 3 isn't bad, though.
Yeah,
you know,
you can't put hair on cheese.
Up the middle has Kinsler. It is at second base. Pedroia throws out Young at first base for the first out of the inning. The new Boston pitcher here in the 8th is Manny Del Carmen. After Bard worked 7th inning and got the final out of the 6th, so an inning and a third. Del Carmen in his 23rd appearance, a 1-1 record. Opponent sitting at 233 against Manny.
You see these ERAs coming out of the bullpen. 1 point something, 1 point something, 2 point something. It's just one after another. Everybody you pull out of there. I wonder why. They're leading the world in bullpen, leading the major leagues. Leading the world.
We're wondering about John Smoltz tonight. The Paw Sox were in a rain delay tonight, and they were finally rained out, so did not play tonight.
The rain must have went south.
It was raining pretty good when I left south to get here. Blaylock has been on twice tonight, walking on 2 occasions.
It's almost like the Red Sox have like 4 or 5 closers. You know, everybody's got to close their stuff. You think about Del Carmen, the way he throws. Absolutely could close. Saito could close.
Which put Bard in that category at some point.
Sure.
You wouldn't want to do that now.
Not now, no.
Got plenty of cheese.
Yeah, he's got plenty of cheese. He just needs some seasoning a little bit. But you look down there, there's Okajima could close. I mean, you don't have to be a typical Gas Masterson to close, you know. You see a guy like Fuentes closing with Anaheim.
How about Keith Folk? I mean, his stuff was not blazing.
Right, changeup master.
On the ground right side, Pedroia to his left. He's handled the first 2 outs of the inning. Well, tomorrow night at 6, live from Yawkey Way, it's Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe's Red Sox Game Day Live with TC, Jim, Heidi, Eka, and myself. You'll get a preview of John Lester's start as he hopes to follow up his 12 strikeout performance in Toronto. Plus, Sox chairman Tom Werner will be live on stage. And we're counting down to the Yankee series on Tuesday. It's Jabba versus Matt Garza tomorrow afternoon in the Bronx. We'll see the highlights. It's all coming up tomorrow night at 6, live from Yawkey Way. Kevin Millwood so far 7 shutout innings. There's 2 down in the 8th. Nelson Cruz has struck out, grounded out, and lined out.
See him with that open stance. It's almost like lures you in a little bit. It's like he can't get to the ball outside if he's with that stance. And yes, he can, because he's diving. See him wide open like that. It's almost like he gets tied up with the ball inside when he strides to the plate.
Takashi Saito up in the Red Sox pen. Del Carmen working here in the 8th. Already seen Daniel Bard.
The changeup looks like. Yes.
It baffles Cruz.
How about that changeup? It's amazing. The 3 fingers, how he even has control over it. Turns it over a little bit. The ball almost stops. 80 miles an hour. When you could throw 95 and an 80-mile-an-hour changeup, you're going to make a lot of guys look silly.
Fly ball to short right. J.D. Drew settles underneath. It's a 1-2-3-8 for Del Carmen. We head to the bottom of the 8th, 5-0 Texas. They're wrapping up Sweet Caroline here at Fenway as Texas has a 5-0 lead. It's been the happiest and the loudest the crowd has been tonight. Not had a great deal to cheer about at Fenway so far. Rangers have been shut out by, or the Red Sox have been shut out by this guy, Kevin Millwood. As Boston has not been able to score through the first 7. Jason Bay's got a double tonight, 1 for 3.
Millwood's been featuring a combination of different breaking balls. We've seen the curveball recently. Started him off, Bay off with the curveball here, but slider across the plate. He's got good command of his fastball. In and out, not afraid to throw it inside occasionally. But more than anything, an assortment of breaking balls, not the gas that he used to feature when he was a bit younger. But shows you he knows how to pitch.
Starts this inning having thrown 105 pitches through 7.
Maybe running out of gas here a little bit. Somebody should be getting up pretty soon, but that velocity is going to be.
We got nothing right now.
There's nobody. You got to have somebody up.
On the ground, deep third. Young picks himself up. Throw's going to one hop and go off the glove of Davis. Jason Bay aboard to begin the 8th.
Michael Young makes a nice play on this ball right down the line. Bay yanks this ball. He gets to it fairly quick. Dives, gets up quickly. Ball in the dirt. He's looking for a good pick here. Oh, that ball's in the air.
Hit him in the foot.
That hit him in the foot. He stretches out. He almost stretched too late, and the ball hit him in the foot. You almost have to think about an error because the throw beat the runner.
Bay gets credit for a hit. A 2-hit night for Jason Bay on to begin the bottom of the 8th. Mike Lowell 1 for 3. Everyday Eddie Guardado was up in the pen. First action tonight for Texas.
It's about time.
Two 2-0.
You know, you wonder if this game was 2-0 or something closer, that they would have somebody up. You see where he's thrown 121 pitches.
He's done that on 2 occasions.
Laboring a little bit here. Got behind Bay 3-1, and now you see 3-0 to Lowell.
Can't throw a strike.
Squeezed him a little bit right there, but ball 4.
Boston Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by your Boston BMW dealers. Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network. Toyota's official website for deals by toyota.com. And by Southwest Airlines. First 2 have reached for Boston here in the bottom of the 8th. And David Ortiz coming up after Mike Maddox makes a trip to the mound. Eddie Guardado has not been up for very long.
There's not too many pitchers that would be in this game. I don't care what league we're in. In this day and age, you're talking about 114 pitches in the 7th inning with nobody out, 2 on.
Fenway faithful trying to root David Ortiz through this tough time. Inside ball 1. David tonight has struck out. He has popped out twice. An 0 for 3 night.
They leave Michael Young closer to third base. You see over there. Cole at shortstop.
The 1-0. Strike 1.
Little 1-0 changeup he throws on the corner right here.
Came in with great numbers. This includes tonight 7 for 21. Now he does have 3 home runs against Millwood, but only 1 in 2009.
See if he tries to go inside here.
Ortiz lines it to right and in for a hit. Bay coming around from second. The throw goes to second, and the Red Sox get on the board.
Tries to get in on Ortiz with a fastball. And David will not let him get in there. Fastball in. See if this ball has the plate. Upper part of the plate inside. David puts a good swing on it. Little top spin base hit right field.
Ron Washington heading to the mound to make the change. Kevin Millwood, 105 pitches coming back out for the 8th. Not the same here in the 8th, and the Red Sox have a run so far. It's 5-1 Texas.
MikaCoverage.com. You see this last at bat to David Ortiz, a fastball in from Millwood. Upper part of the strike zone. David gets a good part of the bat on the ball, snaps a little topspin base hit right field, RBI.
The numbers for Millwood still responsible for Lowell at second, Ortiz at first. 117 total pitches in 7+ innings, did not get an out in the 8th. On is Eddie Guardado, an appearance in his 20th game of the year, a 4.05 earned run average. Opponents hitting at 264 against him. He's pitched 8 scoreless innings in his last 9 outings. In the last 15 games, he's given up 1 earned run in 10 1/3. And on here to face Jason Varitek with Mike Lowell at second base, David Ortiz at first base, and nobody out.
Every day, Eddie's still going strong. Been around a long time. Started with Minnesota many years ago. Close to 900 appearances out of the bullpen now.
Just missed, and it's 2-0.
See all those saves. He got a lot of those with Seattle.
Varitek with a swing and a miss, 2-1. And Guardado was closing games on a pretty regular basis from 2000 through 2006.
Well, he put this 2-0 pitch in the right spot, down and away. Varitek can't reach it. Looking to go deep, 2-0.
3-1 now. Lowell at second, Ortiz at first, nobody out. Full count now. And when Guardado was saving games, the most that he had saved was 45 in Minnesota in 2002. Full count to Varitek.
I think he'd get a pretty good pitch to hit right here, 3-2.
Rips it foul.
There's a bullet down the left field line right there. He got a pitch that he can work on. He just couldn't hold back. He just a little too quick right here. Fastball in. Kills this ball. Nice pick down the line. Changeup.
Struck him out.
What a pitch. We got to tip your hat right here. 3-2 pitch after Jason hits a bullet the last pitch. Pulls the string on him down and away. It's hard to lay off. Way out front. Great pitch. He goes, wow.
Thought we were going to stay away from Ripley. Lip reading.
I couldn't help it. I'm going to get in trouble.
1 out, first and second. As Ellsbury takes a strike. We learned nothing from this experience.
I forgot.
First time Ellsbury has faced Eddie Guardado.
Last at bat, Ellsbury had a chance. He drove the ball to deep center field. Had a good pitch to hit off of Millwood.
Millwood responsible for the 2 runners on. Gave up 1 run in 7+. 1-1. Shot to first. It is a foul ball.
Got Baldelli grabbing a bat on deck.
New bat for Julio Lugo. Rocco limbers up. Count of 1-2 to Jacoby Ellsbury. 1 out. First and second. Red Sox getting a run back so far here in the 8th. Ellsbury hits a fly ball to left field. David Murphy makes the catch for the second out of the 8th. Here comes Rocco Baldelli. Bats for Julio Lugo, who had been 0 for 3 tonight. And Baldelli getting his first look at Guardado. Red Sox have had their chances tonight. They've left 9 men on base through the first 7. They've got 2 on here with 2 down. And Baldelli takes strike 1.
Pretty much what Guardado does is stay away with fastballs and changeups. Not going to see anything in.
And Baldelli in limited time with a 5-game hitting streak. Battling the knee problem after going in hard to the wall in Toronto as part of this last road trip. Outside for ball 2.
It's pretty much what he does, Guardado. Fastballs away, changeups away.
Baldelli grounds it towards Kinsler at second. He'll flip to second for the out that ends the inning. Red Sox get a run. We've played 8. It's 5-1 Texas. Countdowns of all things Sox includes the team's best plays of May, a pre-draft preview of Tony Sanchez, the catching prospect from BC, and the great Fenway Park Writers Series tribute to Jackie Robinson. Join Heidi for the Ultimate Red Sox show this Sunday at noon, just before live Sox Rangers coverage begins. Now with Julio Lugo hit for by Baldelli, Nick Green takes over at shortstop. Takashi Saito about to deal here to David Murphy to begin the top half of the 9th inning. And a swing and a miss. Saito on after Del Carmen worked the 8th inning. And we'll look at the numbers for Takashi Saito. Appears in his 20th game of the year. 2.84 ERA, a 2.57 opponent batting average. in the dirt. It's a ball and a strike.
Had a little trouble the other night in Detroit with his control, which is unlike him to walk a couple of guys.
Guardado came in and quieted the Red Sox in this big change to Jason Varitek.
That was the pitch of the game. If you think about it, 3-2 pitch. It's a ball, but it's hard to take a pitch like that.
To right, hit hard. Will it stay fair? Down the line, it is a foul ball.
Ooh.
Action of the pen for Texas. Two right-handers up. Doug Mathis, Darren O'Day. Not a save situation at the moment, but the Rangers with a very good closer, and Francisco has been outstanding.
Oh, he has one run he's given up all year. Perfect in save opportunities. A guy you really haven't heard a lot about. He just last year they had the left-hander Wilson closing games out. He had gotten hurt. You see some of the numbers he put up last year. You can see why they went to him as a closer this year.
Now a pop-up. Roll coming down. Varitek chasing, and it's Mike Lowe who puts it away in foul ground. Coming up after the game, stay tuned for Granite City Electric's Red Sox final. You'll have a chance to be a part of the show. Visit NESN.com now to submit your questions to the NESN.com inbox. TC and Jim will answer your questions, plus Major League Baseball highlights, including Royals ace Zach Greinke going for win number 9, and David Price trying to beat the Yankees for a second time. It's all coming up after the game on NESN. One out here in the top half of the 9th inning. Marlon Byrd, the batter. He was 2 for 3. Red Sox and Rangers have the same number of hits. Both teams with 7 hits. And there's Texas on top in the run column, 5-1. Little grounder back at Saito. There's 2 down. This bullpen has been marvelous again tonight.
The whole thing comes down to how you orchestrate it to make sure that nobody gets overworked, and you're not going to. I mean, you've got too many guys down there that you know, and not yet the starting rotation has to really foul up to have a problem in the bullpen. The only problem you have is when you have to go early on, and you got a guy like Masterson that can do that.
Tonight, 3 shutout innings, 3 perfect innings from the bullpen.
The problem would be if you had a starter go 9 innings. Right? That's the problem.
Yeah, he's starting to get too much time off for those guys.
Right. And so you want them to come in every night. 2 or 3 guys different every night and just flip-flop.
To right field, and a base hit, a 2-out single for Chris Davis.
So you don't even need complete games, right? I mean, you really don't. You don't even want them. You know,
yeah.
7 innings is enough because we'll flip 2 guys tonight. In a perfect world, it all works out. I mean, everybody's confidence is sky high out there. Everyone. I mean, there's no one that hasn't pitched well.
Makes a huge difference.
Oh.
It's a bad feeling when it's the other way, and you know you got nobody out there you're really all that confident in.
Right.
And there are teams that have that situation going on right now. Jared Saltalamacchia fouls it off to the left, backing out of play. Remember when the Cleveland Indians, we saw them earlier this year, they were scuffling trying to find somebody to piece together some outs out of the pen. Trying to get to Kerry Wood at the end.
Yeah, you know, that's not that easy a thing to do. They had a couple guys get hurt.
Saito gives up a 2-out single. Now an 0-1 to Saltalamacchia. It's 0-2. Looking to the bottom of the 9th inning, Red Sox will expect the top of their order: Dustin Pedroia, J.D. Drew, and Kevin Youkilis.
Saltalamacchia has caught most of the games this year. The other guy, Teagarden, has caught the rest. You can start wilting away trying to catch too many games in Texas. It's like a tall, skinny kid to begin with. He doesn't look like a catcher at the plate, does he?
Not the build you're used to.
No, not at all. Doesn't look like a catcher at all. But highly regarded. A lot of teams wanted him badly.
We saw him play first base when the Atlanta Braves came in as part of Interleague when he was still a member of the Atlanta Braves. Up and away, and it's 1-2 to Saltalamacchia. Brad Penny tonight went 5 2/3, giving up 7 hits and 5 runs. All the runs the Rangers have. He walked 2, struck out 5. And on the hook came into tonight's action 5-1 individually, and 3-0 here at Fenway Park. Swing and a miss. Saltalamacchia strikes out. We head to the bottom of the 9th. 5-1 Texas. Where can you score the best Red Sox gear in town? Check out BostonGlobeStore.com. The Boston Globe Store has everything for the diehard fan. Autographed memorabilia, Red Sox photos, souvenirs, and more. Shop online, shop anytime. Shop BostonGlobeStore.com. 5-1 Texas on top of Boston here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The pitcher for the Rangers is Darren O'Day. Becomes the third arm used for Ron Washington tonight. O'Day in his 16th game of the year. 2-0 record, 1.38. Opponent batting average at 186. And it's the top of the Red Sox order he's got to deal with here in the 9th inning. Pedroia takes strike 1. O'Day has pitched 5 1/3 scoreless innings in his last 5 appearances. Dropped that ERA from 1.69 to 1.13. And has given up a run in only 2 of 15 outings since joining the Rangers. Rangers getting him off waivers from the New York Mets.
The Mets gave up on him. You saw him with the Angels last year too, I believe.
Mets originally took him in the Rule 5 draft. As he misses away, 2-1. It's Pedroia, Drew, and Youkilis here in the bottom of the 9th.
He almost throws like Bradford, maybe not that low. Chad Bradford.
Well, Bradford gives you the appearance that he scrapes his knuckles on the bottom of the mound.
Right. This is pretty close, though. A little crossfire, doesn't get down as low. Looks like he'd have a difficult time throwing strikes. He hasn't up to this point this year. Only walked 3 guys in 13 innings.
There's a strike.
That'll be difficult for a right-hander to hit.
Pedroia lines it foul.
The Red Sox get something going. I'm sure Francisco will be up before long.
Red Sox have left 11 men on base tonight through the first 8 innings. Youkilis will bat 3rd in this inning. Payoff pitch. And it's ball 4.
The worst thing you can do as a reliever is walk the first hitter. Any time of the game you don't want to walk the first hitter of the inning. He misses so badly on a 3-2 pitch. Not even close.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. Pedroia at first base to start the bottom of the 9th inning. He takes off for second. Defensive indifference.
Tell you what, if I was closing this game, I was their closer, Texas, I'd like to play catch a little bit. It's a little cold right now. I'm surprised he's not even thinking about getting up. It's pretty comfortable to me down there.
Yes.
Doesn't he?
Yes.
Like,
Drew rolls it over foul, and it's 1-2. JD with 2 hits tonight and a walk, 2 for 3 showing. On the ground foul, and it hangs at 1-2. 7+ tonight from Kevin Millwood, who gave up 8 hits and a run. Walked 4, struck out 5, a chance for his 5th win of the year. Eddie Guardado coming in the 8th to help him out. And now Darren O'Day for the 9th. So 1-2 pitch coming to J.D. Drew. And it's ball 2.
Guardado did the job last inning. 2 guys on, nobody out. Big punch out of Veritek. Ends up getting 3 big outs for them last inning.
Ball 3, full count. Youkilis on deck. Red Sox trying to rally here in the 9th. Drew staying alive, protecting the plate.
Probably wasn't a strike, but he had to protect, like you said. This ball's running away after seeing a couple balls inside. It's supposed to be inside. Ball's way outside.
Foul down the left field line, out of play. Remember when the ball hit Chris Davis, the first baseman? They have now awarded that an error.
There you go.
So
I was right again.
Bay reaches on the error in the 8th. Yes. Incredible string of being right continues.
They came to their senses,
yeah.
didn't they?
3-2 to Drew. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks.
Somebody get Francisco up now. JD Drew on base 4 times again tonight.
The last time Francisco pitched was part of the Yankees series. He picked up his 12th save on the 3rd, day before yesterday.
So they're not even going to him tonight, looks to me, because he could be in the game right now and get a save because the tying run is on deck. There's a save right now in this game. And you got Benson warming up, so they must be staying away from Francisco. No wonder he was so cool down there sitting around.
2 on, nobody out. And Kevin Youkilis, the batter. Takes strike 1 over the outside corner. Youkilis walked in the 1st, fly to right in the 3rd, grounded out in the 5th, and then again in the 7th.
Here they're stretching out their starters, but they're taking care of their relievers. Is that what's happening? Right?
Outside, 1-1.
With the O'Day's delivery, it seemed to me he'd have a hard time throwing strikes. You see him cross firing across his body. Balls inside, outside.
You mentioned, though, he had walked many coming in.
Right.
The 2 here in the inning. And it's 1-2. Strike 3 call. Youkilis is not buying it, but he's the first out of the 9th.
It's a nasty pitch right there, all the way across the plate. It's like threw a little cutter there, but really it's just his underneath crossfire. I guess that's a slider. 79-mile-an-hour slider. Paint on the outside corner. Can't do much about that.
So 1 out, 2 on, and Jason Bay, the batter. Strike 1. Bay with 1 hit tonight, a double back in the 3rd inning, 1 for 4.
See how tough he'd be on a right-hand hitter right there. It's hard to hit that pitch.
Strike 2, 0-2. Now Francisco got up very briefly, but now he's sitting back down again. So some communication issues here.
Well, he didn't pitch yesterday.
Right.
It was the day before.
Correct. Day before he
I don't. Did he throw a lot of pitches? We don't know.
To right field, Cruz was playing towards right center, but he runs over and makes the catch. Went a long distance to get to that as Pedroia tags up and takes 3rd. But a big out. There's 2 down now in the 9th. Long running catch for Cruz, and Bay is retired.
When Bay first hit this ball, I thought Cruz was playing too far, close to right center field. Ball stayed in the air a little bit too long. See, he gets his fastball away, up and away. He shoots it the other way. Cruz has got a long ways to go for this ball. He gets there easy, though, for the 2nd out.
Two down, first and third now. Mike Lowell tonight has been aboard twice, a single and a walk. Bluff to third, a look to second, and Drew hung up there. They'll let him take second as Dwayne Dancing at third base. There was Pedroia, took the concentration of Darren O'Day away.
What a way to end the game if he would have picked off Drew right there. You don't see this very often. It is his third to first move, but there's nobody covering. Nobody was at first and nobody was at second. It's almost like he just did it on his own. No one else knew he was going to do it. Meanwhile, no one's covering. Meaningless run at second anyway.
So two in scoring position, two down. Ball one away. O'Day trying to pitch his way around back-to-back walks to begin the bottom of the ninth. On the corner, and it's a ball and a strike.
That pitch is almost unhittable by a right-handed hitter. You have to dive and go out there and get this ball. You see it go all the way across the plate.
Same pitch that struck out Youkilis. Now Lowell goes after it into shallow right center field. Marlon Byrd from center is there, and he makes the catch as the Texas Rangers come into Fenway Park and take the first game of this three-game series 5-1 tonight. Well, for Brad Penny, Eck, he was sailing along there, but a tough fifth inning changes the complexion.